Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the Sofa Soldier with another 4Gamers vs. the World review. Today we are looking at Hitman Episode 1. This is of course something that I've covered before. I did a video when the beta was out. The beta actually included some of the content that's in the final game, as it is, if you can call it the final game, because the nature of this is episodic. So without further ado, I'm going to go straight into it. With this game, IO Interactive seek to reimagine Hitman in this latest outing for Agent 47. Essentially, it's a retelling of his origins combined with a contemporary episodic adventure set afterwards, which are the main missions that you'll be playing. Episodic really is the key word here. You have the option to buy the intro pack, which is what I bought, containing the 2 training missions that were in the beta and the first chapter, which is the main big level that I'll be covering and reviewing in this video. Or you can pay the full retail price, like your £45, your $60, for access to everything as each chapter is released every 6 weeks periodically. It's definitely a bold move, especially when you consider Hitman's association with, a full price finished retail game on a disc, rather than like a Telltale Walking Dead style episodic game. But actually it's pretty damn good. It's really enabled Square Enix to create something that's very focused and polished, where you can really notice the attention to detail in each level. I've talked before about what I experienced in the beta training missions, so I'm going to skip all of that. I'm going to focus on the main mission, which is called the Showstopper. This is set in Paris, in the suburbs, in a massive chateau hosting a fashion show, and it's without question the biggest level in any Hitman game that I've ever played. Absolutely vast crowds of partygoers populating the massive, ornate and beautiful halls, large gardens. The place looks fantastic. The centrepiece of all of this is a highly stylised catwalk show, complete with all of the crazy lighting, the smoke machines and blaring electro beats to go with it, as well as some very prissy models and stylists. You're tasked with eliminating the power couple who are hosting the event as a front to sell stolen intelligence to elite buyers in a top secret auction that's being held on the upper floor. The 2 people in question are Victor Novikov and his wife Dalia Margolis, who are the money and the brains, respectively, of the Iago spy ring. And on this warm Parisian night, you will have literally hundreds of potential ways to kill them. I'm not even joking, there's so many. After listening to the opportunities that arose and considering my best approach, by the way, the opportunity system, which I mentioned before in the beta video, basically, you'll overhear people talking about stuff, be they partygoers or insiders, and you'll have the option to follow a lead that could reward you with a really good stealthy or loud or hilarious way to kill or get close to your target. It's very creative, it rewards you being patient, and it can be pretty funny at times as well. Basically, the way I did it the first time through, which you'll probably see in the video, was I tampered with some exposed wires outside in the garden in a puddle. After one of the targets gets a phone call, he walks outside and I electrocuted him to death, which was pretty hilarious. Then I went back inside and I found out, just by passing people talking and some bodyguards, there's some sort of secretive sheikh who's attending the auction upstairs. So me being me, I'm thinking, well, not very many people have seen his face, apparently he's secretive. I can be a sheikh. I was always cut out for that, rich Middle Eastern kingpin life. So yeah, head upstairs, I knock out his bodyguard, infiltrate the top floor, assume his identity, and then proceed to walk straight into the auction, completely unchallenged and unquestioned, sit down, bid on an item, get a private audience with my target, and then poison her and choke the living life out of her. That's one way I did it. I believe the other way I killed her was going out onto the balcony while she was having a drink, distracting her, shimmying round a corner onto a drain pipe, shooting her in the face, and then whizzing down the side of the building. Since then, I've poisoned, drowned, crushed, and sniped each of them, and I'm still going back and finding loads of new ways to off them. Like, the replayability of this game, the amount of time and attention to detail that's gone into it to make all of this possible is unreal, and it's genuinely addictive. It feels like classic Hitman Blood Money. It's totally different to Absolution. Graphically, Hitman is excellent, mainly thanks to the Glacier 2 engine, which still holds up very well. It's not absolutely stunning, but it is extremely detailed and, meticulously well presented, incredibly well designed. Everything has a place and a purpose, and there's a real character and thought that's been put into the level design. It really rewards exploration, not only to discover new strategies and escape routes, but simply to see the variety of the level design and how to manipulate it to your own ends to kill targets. I personally played Hitman on PC, had no problems at all, but apparently loading times on console, both PS4 and Xbox One, are pretty horrendous. The UI doesn't hold up too well on it. The AI can be intelligent and pretty personable, making their own jokes and making me laugh a few times actually at 1 second, feeling very human, and then completely moronic, robotic and hilarious at the next, which can kind of stifle the immersion occasionally, especially when they start doing really stupid shit. But to be honest, the comedy effect has always been part of the lore of Hitman. Getting away with really stupid stuff has always been great fun. In addition to the story episodes, Contracts mode returns, basically allowing you to freely set up your own challenges and assassinations for friends as you're doing the missions. You can literally hold down the instinct button, which is like your R1 or RB on the controller. I didn't play it on keyboard and mouse, by the way, because stealth games I find play a lot better on controller. And then you just tap Y or triangle whilst you've got your instinct mode open over a target, and it automatically assigns them as a contract, and then you can specify later in the menus how you want your friends or the community to approach this contract. You can set parameters for them to achieve the assassination under, and it's good fun, and it challenges you to play the game differently. You're not essentially repeating the same mission and methods. People can be placed in areas that are extremely isolated, and some will be easier to get to than others. Others are in a really busy, bustling area, or they have a more important role in the running of the actual fashion show that's going on. So to isolate them and to eliminate them without being seen is a lot harder. Escalation contracts are also new. These are essentially evolving challenges requiring certain parameters to be met at each level. For example, wearing a specific disguise and taking out a certain person without being seen, or even knocking out any of the guards on some of like the higher levels. The tiers go up and up. I think there's 5 levels of each of the escalation contracts, and it progressively gets harder and harder, and it's a real test of your skill and knowledge of the game and its mechanics, but it's also very rewarding. Despite the fact that there's essentially only one large level at the moment, Hitman Episode 1 is a genuine must-play experience with absolutely mountains of replay value, and it completely sucks you in, immerses you, and just it plays so smoothly and intuitively. It doesn't babysit you, it doesn't treat you like a dumbass. If you want to be a pro, you can turn all of the hints and the UI and everything that's designed to help you instinct mode off, and you can go 100% silent assassin, super hard difficulty, relying entirely on your own instincts. And it's great that you've got the option to do all of that. It feels like a return to classic Hitman, and there's the suspense of the evolving and persistent world and what's coming next in the next chapter. I genuinely can't wait for when Sapienza, the next location, becomes available. It's a small village in Italy, I believe, which looks like it could be super atmospheric and genuinely cool. So all in all, the score, I'm giving Hitman a 9 out of 10. I genuinely can't wait to play what comes next. It's a real step in the right direction for Square Enix and IO Interactive. I think it was a very smart choice for what they plan to do with the Hitman brand, and I'm genuinely excited to play more. In fact, I'm probably off to play more right now. But if you want to see more, guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll be posting Silent Assassin challenges on the channel. I'll probably be live streaming some of it as well. Yeah, let me know what you want to see me do, or send me your own challenges, be it in the comment section or in game. You can find me on PlayStation Network at Shaolin_style88. You can find me on Xbox Live as the Sofa Soldier and on Steam as the Sofa Soldier. I'll provide everything, links in the description, the whole 9 yards. Hopefully you've enjoyed my review. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.
Do something! This is your crazy son of a bitch! Are you mad?